It's been a
Holy
week.
moly.
Holy moly. It's been a week, man. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
Holy mole.
it's been
Holy
crazy.
moly.
Well, what have you guys been up
Holy
to?
moly.
Unholy moly.
Unholy? So, what's the likes of you, Brody, doing in a week like this, you know?
I am organizing getting a job and organizing my clothes and what have you. Obviously, this place needs a bit of outside income, and my efforts standing outside the front door inviting customers in was not appreciated by Tyler.
Damn.
So yeah,
How
got
are you
some
doing that?
outside income. Simple family connections.
Oh,
Best way to get a job.
I see. But I mean, in terms of
Nice.
enticing customers, what were you doing at the front of the place?
I was just like, holding a
Streaking?
sign and like waving it around a lot. Yeah, no, I'd streak.
Streak
Get
around,
completely
running around the
naked,
seat,
wave a sign around.
running around the
The
street.
mask
I
would stay
accidentally
on.
dropped my balls.
You dropped your balls. Is that what you did this week?
I gotta reattach them.
So you don't have any balls.
Huh?
So you don't have. Wait, you've just reattached them right now. Can you? It's a bit unsanitary.
So what have you been doing all week, Sylas?
Okay, I'm gonna pretend like you did not just serve me this drink, you know, in terms of, you know, the knowledge I've just learned that this is apparently a common occurrence, judging by your reaction. You losing your balls, then you.
Just been served ball soup.
I probably have. I thought that was my hair in the mug.
It's-
Okay. Right.
It's just tapioca.
Ah, okay. I see. I believe you. What have I been up to?
You ever heard of
Coffee
bubble
creamer.
tea?
I have heard of bubble tea. That disgusting.
God, I hate that stuff.
Yeah, with the bobas and all that. Whoa.
Yeah.
Bad.
Dude, I don't like it. You drink it and then it just goes right into your mouth, and it's like, what the heck just happened?
That's surprising.
Why do you want watered down fruit tea with fucking tadpoles in it? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I think you do know.
Silas, what do you do this week? What are you doing?
What am I doing this? Well, what have I done, man? You know, just this the usual. I basically have been mostly sleeping. Still trying to afford the pants of the suit after I lost the last pair. So, you know, because obviously,
understandable.
Murray can't see me right now, but I actually don't have any armor on my leg area because it was kind of stolen from me. Yeah.
Oh, is it your balls that dropped on the floor?
No, actually, balls are still attached. It's just the pants. Yeah, pants are gone. But no, apart from that, just saving up. I actually do a bit of a street performance to actually make a bit of spare change. So
What kind of street performance do you do without pants?
Well, you see what I'm.
Right, so Murray, there's this place called a red light district.
No, actually, surprisingly, what I do is I get a couple pots and pans and things, and I basically bash them so it makes a musical melody, and then people feel bad for me, so they put all the money in my helmet when they walk past.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm completely tone deaf, so
You get
good.
so in the zone of bashing the pots and pans together that you just start drooling as well.
Yeah, like literally, and I just start gnawing on like some of the metal just because I'm just quite hungry.
Nice.
Oh, I got my tetanus shot, so we're fine. But man, talking about tetanus shots, how about the movie industry?
Right. That was a great transition.
What do you mean?
Transition? What do you mean? We're just having a
Are you
conversation.
transitioning?
I know, that's a weird
Murray, are you
transition.
transitioning?
That's a weird transition to a different conversation.
You confusing.
Yeah, I think
Murray.
Silas just.
Murray, you're
talked about the
scaring
movie
me.
Industry. I think he's bored.
Huh?
Murray, you're scaring me. Who even are you at this point? I don't even recognize you anymore. I only met you like last week, but I don't even recognize you anymore. Yeah, cool. But the movie industry.
So
man.
the movie industry.
Yeah. Legit.
What is going on in the movie industry? Because we're seeing a lot of like coalitions of writers and directors making stuff that just has no fucking like core vision.
You say
It all just
making
feels like it's
stuff.
just been piled together.
For the mass majority
stuff.
this year, I guarantee you, most movies are either reboots, sequels, or prequels.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally
There hasn't actually been much
no,
making, has there?
and I also the fact that series are outperforming movies. Now we'll talk about that another time, because I honestly my brain's dead from this week, so I can't. We'll talk about it next time I pop in here. You just bring up the topic, and I'll say no, but I actually mean yes, because I haven't used my safe word. But movie wise,
Your safe word is no.
excuse me, who are you? Yeah, like even that Mad Max movie that came out this year, Furiosa. Apparently it's decent, but no one knows about it because, well, you know, everything's
The
just
grand
been.
total of 0 people cared.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a culmination of cinema releases and who goes to the cinema anymore. It's sad because I mean, I love the cinemas. I mean, you know, the factor of going,
I
ooh,
love the cinemas.
it's cool. You get to, you know, this movie's coming out. You get to have obviously it's forcing you to socialize. You get some snacks. Go to the snack bar. You know, get some popcorn. You go and it's forcing you because a lot of the time when you're
Yeah.
at home, you
Go
go
to the snack bar, pay £6 for an iced slushy.
like a quarter of one, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, like when you're at home, you kind of, you know, you just go, oh, I can skip on the popcorn. When you go to the cinema, you go, I need popcorn. You know what I mean? Like, cause then it forces you to kind of
Yeah.
get out there,
I'm here for the
socialize.
experience.
Yeah, and like, you know, it's just that, it's an experience. And I don't know, I think we're missing it a lot nowadays.
Some of my fondest memories are in the cinema.
Oh yeah, I mean, my family, you know, back when Star Wars was decent, every Christmas we used to go for. Actually, I lied, they weren't good. But every Christmas we used to have like a Boxing Day movie. So every day on Boxing Day, we would go to the cinemas and we had a Boxing Day movie. You know, that yearly thing. We would all go,
Yeah.
and unfortunately that died because obviously it's cinemas, but also Star Wars sucked because Star Wars like the main one, and then yeah, Star Wars bad. The last, you know, the sequels. But then there was also, you know, your James Bonds and
Yeah.
things. That was also bad. I'm not gonna even talk about the Daniel Craig movies after Skyfall, because I just simply just pretend they don't exist. But yeah,
What's
movies.
Boxing Day again?
What the dog do, and literally movies this year. Like I mean, even that Furiosa, going back to it, like the original.
You're not even gonna
Just-
tell him what
You
Boxing Day
ignored
is.
my question. What the heck?
I'm sorry, man. Wait, what were you saying?
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Yeah, you know what Boxing
Oh,
Day is, don't you,
okay.
Mario?
It's just no. I don't celebrate Boxing Day unless it's like the UFC or something.
Oh, I mean, oh. Well, anyway, yeah,
Liberal.
Boxing Day. Lol.
I'm just an American.
What? But no, going back to that Mad Max
no, there
Furiosa,
hasn't
there
been
was a
many
huge thing
films
about
to-
it. No, there hasn't. But the main thing what I was going to say is, if you go back to Fury Road, have you guys seen Mad Max Fury Road? At all?
Yes.
Okay, so
No.
it's a reboot of the original Mad Maxes with Mel Gibson, and it was really, really good. The
Yeah.
reason being, it's because in its practicality, everything was pretty much practical, and mostly layering of things, layers and layers and layers, but mostly practical stuff. And that's what sold it, made it really realistic. The thing with movies nowadays, if you look at most movies, everything is just digital. And I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but when at the point where it's everything that's digital, and you can start to notice it, because that's the reason why apparently I haven't seen it, but Furiosa apparently it doesn't look that great because, well, no, it looks really good, but it's not as good as Fury Road because, again, it's a direct comparison of a movie that's completely, you know, pretty much almost entirely, you know, all done physically
You look
rather
at
than
all
digitally.
of the all of the ye olde kings of practical effects. They'll all tell you the same thing, that digital isn't just some, you know, be it all end all enemy
No.
of filmmaking or something. But
No.
It's
if you're going
complementary.
to use it, it should it should complement practical rather than
Not take
replace
over.
it.
Yeah, exactly. You can do a movie that's completely practical, but you can't do a movie that's completely digital without having some costs. I reckon.
I think I think Adam Savage has a similar thing or a similar
Adam
view on that
Sandler?
as well. Adam Savage, you know, Mythbusters
Yeah, I know.
guy.
Yeah,
He
the
works
guy
on
in
a bunch of
he was
movies.
in
You disgraced the Savage by calling him Sandler. Are
no
you
no no I
serious? How
know
could you?
Adam
How
Savage. He was in
dare
that one
you?
movie Blended, right?
Adam Savage was
I
worked on
don't know.
movies, but he was in
No
Mythbusters.
no no Adam Savage. He was in what's it called now? What's that one movie called? I'll think about it. You know, you'll hear me screaming out randomly, and then you will know that's what I mean. I'm just gonna just close my eyes and think about it.
All right. Hey, with Mad Max, I always thought it was a documentary of Australia. You just go out there and
It
that's
is.
what you see.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did you not see the shot on iPhone in the bottom like
Yeah,
right
no.
corner of the whole film?
Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
god. Yeah, no, there's a lot of films are A, trying to use digital effects more, which is dumb, and B, I feel like a
Happy
lot of films
Gilmore.
just don't have much of a strong what?
That's the movie what Adam Savage was in. It was Happy Gilmore.
No, that's Adam Sandler.
Nah, don't try and lie to me.
That's great.
Don't. You call me stupid
Anyway,
now?
That
yeah, no, a
movie
lot.
goes hard
I
though.
feel like a
Sorry,
lot of
Brody.
films don't have a strong identity anymore. I feel like they're always trying to like reinvent a series or something rather than just
Well, you know
be
what's funny?
a series or be
Because
a prequel.
yeah, exactly. Because if you think about it, right? Okay, I'm gonna mention a genre, right? And I want you to name all the big names of it in pop culture relating to that genre. Okay, you ready? Both you and Murray. Okay, we'll start with Murray, and then it'll be
Yeah.
a back and forth. Okay, so Murray name one, Brody you name one. Okay, you ready?
All right.
All right, let's start off with the horror genre.
Name like
Yeah,
popular ones.
just name a
Like The
character,
Conjuring.
popular thing.
Oh, I was just to say The Conjuring. That's like a big one.
Yeah. Sinister.
No, I mean okay. So,
That's pretty good.
all right. Well, you know what? This actually backfired
Well,
on
The
me
Conjuring
completely.
is kind of or you're looking for someone like more like Annabelle.
No, I'm saying something like the biggest
Oh,
names in the genre. Like I mean, like the ones when you think of
Alien.
horror, you think of okay, the Xenomorph. There you go. That's one. What's another
Well, The
huge?
Conjuring is huge.
I guess, but I mean, I'm on terms of a character, like something when you look at it, like, cause if you go to horror and you go,
The characters.
You
Yeah.
It's
go-
Lorraine Warren.
No.
I don't.
Jason
There
Voorhees,
you
right?
go.
Oh,
Forever.
you're looking for like mascots like Michael Myers.
yeah, I'm talking about the big names in the industry, like
Okay.
your
That's what
biggest of the biggest.
That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, like you go, all right,
Okay,
You've been
so
looking
the
like
you know,
Ghostface
yeah.
and Scream.
You
Ghost-
think of all
Ghostface,
the if you
yeah.
got a T-shirt, the horror movie pop culture shirt, what would be on it? You know what I mean? You would have obviously Freddy Krueger's jumper or claws. You know, you would
It's
have.
my personal opinion that the Blob is one of the
I
best
mean,
horror
the,
characters ever.
the blob is a blob. We're not going to talk
Dude.
about Basket Case because I quite frankly don't want to discuss that. And if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you.
God, how did we not say Freddy Krueger? What the fuck's wrong with
I don't
us?
know what's wrong with you guys, but you know, I gave you the
Oh,
opportunity.
what's that guy?
Which
Who's
guy?
the Pinhead guy from
Hellraiser?
Hellraiser?
Pinhead.
His
Yeah,
name
the
is
guy-
Pinhead.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horror,
Pinhead.
yeah.
That's actually his name.
I did also get very
Um,
hurt when you didn't mention anything because horror movie is kind of like my baby, well, the classic ones, you know. But I mean, what I was trying to say, right?
I
is that
love The Thing.
Yeah.
The Thing is probably the
the
best
thing is
one.
cool, especially original.
God,
Not
yeah.
not the.
Fuck
we don't talk
yeah.
about the other one. The other
When
digital
you say
mess.
the original, when you say the
We mean
original,
the
you mean
we mean the '80s one. We mean
Yeah.
the
Oh,
'80s
okay,
one.
because there's one that goes back to like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
50s.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is,
And there's a
again,
book.
that's a really good example, Murray, of obviously digital versus practical. I mean, that
Well,
other one was just.
that's the thing, right? You had the Thing
Mm.
in the '50s, right? In the '80s, many years later, they go again. They go and try it again with new effects, new actors, see how they can make it as horrifying as possible. They don't go trying to
Wasn't
reinvent
Kurt
the
Russell in that?
thing. They just made the thing.
I don't
Yeah, he
know.
probably was.
I think wasn't he the dude with the flamethrower?
Yeah,
I thought
guys,
that's
my
Adam
grandma's
Sandler.
calling me.
Yeah, actually it was.
It's my grandma's calling me.
What, your grandma was in the thing? He's just casually just talking to his grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
All right, I guess he's just gonna. Okay, he's just gonna go
Where'd
out
he
in the
go?
rain. He just went out. Just went out on the phone. I don't know. Grandma
He didn't
apparently.
even. He even. Oh.
Yeah, he said, but I don't know what's. Anyway.
Anyways, we were
Yeah.
talking about movies.
Yeah, on about Kurt Russell and the thing, but it was just I don't know. Movies in general are just ain't the same. I mean, yeah, so that was one example. Horror movies. We finally got there with what I was trying to say, being all the big names, mostly were in the 80s. I mean, sure, you've got like your cool ones nowadays, but again, they're just not the same. A lot of the movies are hot and cold. I mean, you mentioned Annabelle, but you know, one of the movies just really sucked, or a couple. You know, you've got Conjuring, and in the Conjuring series, you've got a couple people. You've got like, you know, The Nun, which those movies weren't the greatest. I mean, and even The
No.
Conjuring, the
The
later
thing, I
ones,
guess,
are kind of just, you know, going a bit mid.
the big thing with movies nowadays, especially with like the Conjuring series, is everybody wants to have a extended universe.
Yeah.
You want like they all want to be the MCU. They want to have the
Insidious,
Conjuring universe.
Conjuring, everything wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just like, because again, it's money, man. And then they love doing those little like road maps where they draw up and go, guys, get hyped. Oh my god. And
Right.
it's
Even
like,
even
nah.
John Wick is falling into that with this new with the Continental show. I never saw that, but
No.
I'm pretty sure it's a similar thing.
Yeah. No, I think so. I don't know. I'm just. Luckily with John Wick, I mean, even the main title movies were really, really good. I liked all of them, to be honest with you. So I'm not really troubled there. I'm like, I can just literally just not watch it. It's not necessary. It's when movies start cramming side
Right.
movies into the main titles, and then the main titles, some of them suck, and then some of them require you to watch the side movies, and it's like, that's only ever worked for Marvel. And that's because Marvel actually had a huge plan and scheme, and look at them now. They're struggling now. It's just it just seems like a thing nowadays where things suck. Because I mean, okay, here we go. We'll mention someone else, right? Your big Hollywood series, like your action series, as characters. Okay, you know, you got your James Bond, you got your Ethan Hunt, you know, from Mission Impossible. You've got, you know, even John Wick. And there's a couple ways, like John Wick, Equalizer, which are actually the standouts. I got to say, like, as in. They're the two standout series which I've gone, actually, you know what, they're all pretty good, and you know, they're recent in today's world. But I mean, most of your action movies and all that stuff, again, the ideas for them in the past, again, I've noticed a lot recently, a lot of cheap movies are being made where they're really forgettable, which we've always had. We've always, you know, it can't really be ignored in the movie industry. There's been just plenty of movies to come out, so obviously there's going to be some that are just swept under the rug and no one sees. But more commonly now, mainstream series, because a lot back in the day, right? If you had a movie where it was like Hugh Grant, someone, you go, okay, that's it. Everybody's gonna watch it. Everybody knows about it, and guess what? They end up doing it becomes, you know, either a cult classic or it just becomes known. Nowadays, if you've got a movie where it's got huge people's names, I guarantee you a lot of them you just forget about still because it's just the stories are uninteresting.
Right.
And just
Exactly.
yeah, it seems like the soul of movie making and everything is gone because people are too scared. I mean, people are too scared to make something new. I'm like, look at Alien for an example. Let's just throw that one randomly there. All right, a series about a female protagonist, well, the main ones, right, with Ripley, and fighting an alien creatures, right, and then eventually it was known that it was a queen that laid eggs, which were facehuggers, and facehuggers implanted eggs into humans, which then burst and made aliens. And then, you know, you hear that nowadays. If someone tried to do that, it's a new idea. They go, oh, it's a bit too experimental, you know? And back in the day, it was like, oh, yeah, do it, man. I mean, literally, Friday the 13th, all it was a bunch of dumb students go to a camp, do a bunch of sex scenes, and get slaughtered by a dude in a hockey mask who listens to his mum, who's deformed and drowned because camp counselors were having sex. It's like, whoa. Nowadays, you'd be like, nah, that's, nah. You know?
No.
But again, I don't know.
Right.
Everything's just so generic. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about movies nowadays. It just ain't the same.
Yeah. There's there's some good ones coming out,
Mm.
especially indie movies that are being more
Yeah,
experimental
yeah,
are really good.
yeah.
Some of them are really bad, but that's part of the process.
Cough
But
cough the Grinch
yeah,
horror films. Cough cough Winnie the
there's a
Pooh
Grinch
horror
horror
film.
film.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
Winnie the
god,
Pooh and the
that one.
Grinch became free, open domain. So they made horror movies about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they. Ooh.
Dang, dude.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, you're right. Again, like everything, there's always going to
Wait
be.
for the Mickey Mouse one.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. But like anything, there's always going to be a
Mm.
bad, bunch of movies, and it's unpopular. But
Mhm.
there's just no style nowadays. It seems like they're lacking a lot of style. And then when movies do have style, like because obviously the occasional ones, they just blow up.
Right.
Because it's actually people trying to stand out. I mean, if you look at, yeah, Tarantino. There we go. Let's go with a big name, Tarantino. He literally made his own subgenre, of the classic,
Yeah.
romance kind of action, irony. He kind of made it his own genre. And if you look at something, you go, oh, that's a Tarantino film. I mean, when
Right.
nowadays I don't see any directors or anybody at all just going, all right, we're gonna form something ourselves. And sure, okay, it comes to a point where you go, okay, how much can I reinvent the wheel? I get that part, I get that argument, but again, it's like music. Music's a huge example of this, right? You've only got a certain amount of notes, a certain amount of kind of range and voice, and yet we are still making more and more music. And I mean, there's some obviously which are very similar, and you get that a lot, but a lot of the time, people are still reinventing music. So I mean, and that's
Oh
again,
yeah.
that's just only requiring one sense to pick up. That's just sound. Movies rely on two, which is obviously your sight and your hearing. So it's already a much easier thing. And then again, movies are what spanning from hours to watch and view. So I mean, it's really
They're getting longer.
yeah, and I mean it's not a big it's not as tedious and arduous to try and make a movie that's different compared to a song which is so constricted into a small bit. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a hot take there, but I don't know. I just reckon because
Maybe.
there's just such
So
a
maybe of a little bit of a
bit of a lethal opinion, isn't it?
lethal
Mm.
opinion.
But I don't know. Just movies nowadays, it just ain't the same. Ain't the same. I mean, you don't have these like you used to. There was a big thing with Marvel, and now I feel like
Right.
with a lot of things like the gaming industry, just briefly touch on it. Fortnite happened. Everyone wants to be Fortnite with the Battle Pass. Marvel happened. Everybody wants to be like Marvel. Let's have a bunch of roadmaps. Let's have a bunch of like you said, extended universes. Let's try and drag this all out, and then have this huge conclusion. DC tried to do it, and look, James Gunn's now rebooting the whole thing, and then he's going to try and take two, and it's like, sure, that kind of it's passable because it's based off comics, and that's what the comics did. I get that, it's the source material.
Yeah.
But I mean, for other films where it's standalones, and they should literally leave it, because we've all had it when we've gone to a movie. We go, this is a really cool movie. And they go, take two, and you go, oh, that should have been a standalone film. I don't know about that. I'm a little bit on the border with the new Joker film, because with the first one I was like, I hope they don't do a sequel. And after seeing the trailer, I'm intrigued, but I don't know yet.
I haven't seen that one yet. I
Yeah,
haven't seen that trailer yet.
it actually looks decent. It looks good, but again, I'm withholding my lethal opinions until it releases. But it looks good. But there's just too many occasions where it's, we go, okay, that should have just been a standalone film. And again, it comes down to lack of creativity, and it's weird. It's like they want to play safe, companies nowadays, because they go, oh, it's too much of a risk, especially with the budgets for movies nowadays, to actually try and reinvent something, or completely invent something entirely. In terms of resource costs and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. What do you think it is? What do you think it comes down to?
What do you mean? So, what do you think? What comes down to?
The reason for all this lack of creativity.
I think it's just money. It's just money. They're like, okay, yeah. So this, the Marvel Universe, they're getting butts and seats and they don't really care about creativity. They care about what's gonna sell. That's why you get so many movie remakes. That's why you get extended universes, because if you hook an audience into an extended universe, then they have to watch them all, or you have to make them pay to buy more of the other movies to watch those to
Yeah.
catch up. And it's just about making more money. And it's not about the love of it. That was what was so good about the Infinity Saga of the first Marvel universe, is because like they felt like it was actually telling a story.
Mm.
But now it feels like, okay, well, it's not really going anywhere.
No,
You know what I mean?
I
It
get you.
doesn't feel like it's got a conclusion.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean,
which
you're right a lot. I think the Infinity Saga was, I think that was really well done, and maybe a lot of it wasn't planned. Maybe a lot of it was. Regardless, it worked. Again, Marvel had its hiccups. I mean, look at Spider-Man even with Sony and that stuff. You know, you had Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, which I personally think is my favorite and the best. And then you've also got Tom Holland as well. And again, it's somewhat worked in their favor. Obviously, with Spider-Man, they've actually recovered it pretty well. But again, people got to the point where they're going, "Oh my God, it's another Spider-Man. It's another," you know. And again, it's just people kind of getting sick of the same topics. I mean, it's a really cool idea, and it's really, you know, interesting reboots. I mean, I think the Amazing Spider-Man series, well, not, you know, the second one was awful, but it wasn't actually that bad looking back. But it was pretty bad. But the difference why that got away with it compared to the Tom Holland one, I believe, it's because it was gritty. It was, you know, in the era of, you know, your Dark Knight
yeah,
movies.
it was different.
It was your, you know, it was like the Dark Knight
Yeah.
equivalent in Marvel. And again, that's actually to an extent reinventing it in a good way. You know, that's again a good example of how you can reinvent something and add a bit of a twist instead of just purely, you know, pasting an idea just randomly. So I think again, 2000s, early 2000s, movie industry was still doing really well in terms of creativity. Now, I don't know how I feel. Haven't really been looking at movies coming out this year. So again, this is coming from a perspective that isn't completely educated with this year and next year. Again, I've seen a couple of things like the Joker's movie, and there's a new Alien coming out, which again, it looks the same rinse and repeat stuff.
There is?
Yeah, they got practical face huggers now that like
Oh man.
crawl around,
Oh,
like
did they?
remote
Oh, that's
control.
good.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like Alien Covenant, is it?
No,
Because I did not like the look of that one.
No.
Okay. It's going to be like more classic.
Yeah, apparently so.
Good.
But again, movies are just, I don't know. Whew, yawning.
What about Sigourney Weaver? Is she going to be in it?
I don't think so. I have a strong feeling.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling she might not be. But yeah, movies, man. There's something.
Do you think, you know, you saw John Wick 4.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that they should make a John Wick 5, or do you
Nah.
think they should let John Wick die?
Let John Wick die.
No? You don't think so?
The series should
I
die
think
with
I
him.
agree with you. I think where he died at the end of that spoiler alert.
I
You already
seen it.
seen it. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
But John Wick dying, I think that was a good way of ending it. He like lived his life, and he did. He lived his life. I think he at the end he has a good ending. He's reignited with his wife, reunited, not reignited, reunited with his wife.
A
And
reignited
he,
relationship. You know, you really find the magic back in
yeah,
it.
but it feels like a good ending for John Wick, and I don't think they need to. They don't need to continue it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The whole series was powered by vengeance, and again, he put on the suit, and that was it, a way to go. That's it now. He's got his revenge. He's actually made people's lives, you know, better, like that blind guy and stuff. So now it's like, well, obviously depending on the Easter egg ending, you know, the after credits thing, if it was actually a better life. But anyway, the main part is, like, he's done good, and he's taken off his, you know, it's symbolic. 'Cause he's taken off his belt, he's taken off his suit jackets and everything, and that's it. He's free. He's a free man, you know, because he went in, He got caught in there, or he wasn't a free man anymore, but now he's done it. He's now become free, truly, and he's gone. He's died. Which I think is just perfect, you know? It was...
And I've heard rumors that they're going to make a John Wick 5 because, oh, he's still alive. They're going to make another movie. And it's like, yeah, they probably are, but come on, please don't make another one.
Yeah.
I love John Wick so much, but I don't want the ending ruined. Don't
that
ruin
would
my
ruin
boy.
the series. I'm gonna be honest with you, that would actually ruin it. That would just be distasteful. I think.
Now, if they did make a 5 and they could make it worthy of existing, if they can come up with a really good reason for it to exist, then I can be on board. But if it's just kind of like it's just a repeat of John Wick 1, then that's...
But how?
No.
How would it... I mean, John Wick's...
I don't know how.
He's dead. He's 100% dead. Like, that's it.
Right. Well, unless you watch that film theory video, John Wick's actually not dead.
Is actually one saying that?
Yeah, there is a old film theory video.
Do you know why?
I
Like,
mean, it's not that old. Because like apparently the wounds he got he wouldn't have bled out from them.
I mean, I think he would. Yeah. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, it would have taken, or at least it would have taken way longer. He would have been there for days rather than like hours or minutes.
I don't know. I'm also mindful of the internal bleeding of him jumping off that window beforehand onto that car. You know, so
right.
If we don't, you know, forget about that part.
You'd have to watch the.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah,
so
I would.
You'd
but
have to watch it.
Man, he did.
Because I watched it when it came out, and that was like months ago. So, it's not like I remember anything.
Yeah. But man, yeah, I don't know. I think he long gone, sadly. But that's
Probably.
it. Again, it's just people kind of just trying to reinvent. I mean, trying to just do the same thing, not even trying to reinvent. And it's just the modern day stuff. Again, with the modern day stuff, I've also noticed walking around these streets in New Mombasa, hearing the kids speaking. Have you heard of what the things that they've been saying recently? Just their language.
Like skibbity?
Yeah, like brain rot stuff. I mean, I don't.
Skibbity Riz Phantom Tech. Boy.
Where did that stuff come from? Do you know?
Well, skibbity. There's a song that's like skibbity bum bum bum. Yes, yes, skibbity bum or whatever. But the first time I saw the meme was it was like this chunky guy dancing to it, and then it went into skibbity toilet, and then actually I think the whole thing is a parody of like a song that's like when we walk into the club and we're feeling real nice or something like that. It's like a parody of that, I believe. I don't know who did that song. I just remember I've heard the original version.
I just don't get what the whole skibbity, like, I just don't.
You know,
I don't know. I was watching this video the other day, and it was like this kid, and he's with his mum, and this guy's interviewing saying, "What does this mean? What does that mean?" And like the explanations for it, and the fact that it's, you know, I've seen these memes recently, and it was like, you know, when you always got mad because your parents are always like, "Oh, this is what the youth of today is sounding like talking." You know, when you say simple things. I mean, like worst case saying stuff like, you know, cap. You know, I mean, I don't really say that stuff.
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't say that, but I mean,
know.
I mean other things like, I don't know what's. Trying to think of like a modern day slang what we kind of use.
Based.
Based, yeah, a little bit. I still again hardly use that one.
Based on what?
But what was there was one. I don't know. Just simple stuff. I mean, G, or even saying lol. Like, you know, just lol and text and things. Do you ever find like...
It's like, that started when text first came around.
Yeah.
That's like when I was younger.
But now they're actually like in people's just speech, like, you know, how they talk. I mean, even...
No, I meant myself, like it started...
Yeah, it started with that. But now, like, with our
I meant
language.
like people started saying it like in speech back then.
Yeah,
If I remember
yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then, but now I found myself even just saying lol at the end of sentences just to make it sound happy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's funny,
Lol.
lol. Like, I don't even mean, like, lol. I'm just saying it just because it was, it's weird. It's weird how things work.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, just the stuff nowadays. I honestly don't know what's going on. It actually really hurts me. And I kind of get when your grandparents, your parents go, what are you saying? What are you talking about? Now I
My
understand.
grandparents are dead.
Well, at least they don't have to listen to Skibbity Toilet.
True.
I mean,
Did I ever? I never. Don't think I ever told you. I mean, we've only known each other for like a week, but I used to back before started really becoming being a Christian. I used to smoke weed, and I remember started watching Skibidi Toilet while high, and it freaked me out.
well, when did Skibbity Toilet come out?
Sometime a couple years ago, I think.
No way.
That's a good question.
That's actually no.
It was. I remember it was new when I watched it.
I thought that was a thing this year.
No.
Really?
2023, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2 years ago.
That's right. You became a Christian last year, like proper, like into it.
Like I was pretty much always a Christian, except that I had a lot of time of just like falling away and not dedicating myself to it, and I uh then I kind of just quit smoking weed, and then I started dedicating myself more to being a Christian,
Damn.
trying to change myself.
Damn. So you could honestly say Skibbity Toilet changed your life.
Oh, that wasn't the breaking point.
I hope not. I mean, if it took Skibbity
But I
Toilet,
have,
then you were down bad.
but I haven't. To be fair though, but every time I watch parts of it, it gives me flashbacks because it like I was just gone and it was freaking me out.
So that basically like it just gives you a reality check. Compared to me watching, I'd look at it in disgust. For you, it's like a holy moly.
You're just like,
Just reminds you.
I
You just
get
get-
Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
just-
turn it off, no.
It's kind of like just the nearest child.
Yeah.
Man, that's something. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that, man. I know obviously it's just us two in here, but still I appreciate that.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's crazy. But honestly, I've got a
yeah.
question for you.
Mm.
Why did you choose this job, working barista here? 'Cause I know it's not the pay.
I don't know. I just seemed like a nice place to work.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Why not? Why is why do I mean I needed money to afford a place to stay and get food, but I mean, even though I'm not really getting paid, I mean I got a place to stay, so pretty much rent free. So I mean, am I really complaining? I got a couple rad roach friends, dude. I'm living it up.
Well, you're living in the attic now. That's actually a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize you were up
Yeah.
there. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I was like,
Yeah.
like yesterday, locking up. I was like, why aren't you following me? Well, I obviously didn't. I wasn't trying to lock you in here on purpose. I just, forgot. But that makes sense now. So you're
Right.
living in the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I did notice there was less footsteps I could hear from above. Interesting.
Right.
Okay, no, I was just wondering, man. I
And if
just
I
didn't
get
know.
hungry, I just eat the rad roaches.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, man. Like, why you would choose this place? Because it's been a while since we've had employees,
Oh, wait.
especially
What do you think? I
baristas.
got an ulterior motive or something?
No, I was just kind of wondering. I don't know. Just had an had an idea, but it's a silly one.
What's your idea?
Nah. It do be
What?
the
What is
silly.
it?
I gotta head back home though. I mean, it's been good chatting to you, dog, but I'm tired. I need to
What's your
go.
idea?
What idea?
So basically,